All right, so today's class is brought to you by, is inspired by the pose, dancer pose. So we're gonna be doing some heart openers today because we're gonna be doing Metta Meditation, which is a loving kindness meditation. And the dancer pose to me is one of the most heart opening. And of course, it's a balancing pose, so it's got some extra challenges in it. But for those of you who don't know, all of these postures have meaning behind them and something they're trying to teach us. So the mythology behind the postures. And dancer pose is depicted as Shiva standing on the rat, and the rat represents ignorance. And the ignorance is of our true nature. And the dancer pose also represents, if we were in connection with that true nature, then we can stand strong and sturdy during times of change. So I thought that was appropriate for this current mood that we're in. So once we learn to kind of stamp out that ignorance, we really start tapping into our inner nature, which I like to call the heart mind. Okay, so it's that kind of higher level of consciousness, because we always have, you know, we've got the human thing that kind of brings up that other stuff, and then we have that higher heart mind that we're working towards. So I have a quote by Dan Millman. He said, "The physical heart is our strongest muscle. It also functions as the core of our feeling dimension. Like any muscle, the heart grows stronger with use. By creating a feeling connection between our heart and our voice, thought, touch, sight, and hearing, we instantly access the safest, most accessible method for opening the hearts. We create this feeling connection by allowing awareness to penetrate the heart. The moment this connection occurs, we contact the love of higher self, we transcend fear, sorrow, and anger, and we heal ourselves and others." And I chose that quote because there's this balance between head and heart, and to tap into that divine nature, or the heart-mind consciousness, we have to have a balance of the head and the heart, because we want the head to navigate our life on earth, but also have that connection of heart. And truly, the way we communicate is to the heart. And so when we bring in the Metta Meditation at the end, if you stay around for that, it's a technique. I like to use it for forgiveness, but also self-love also, because we're typically hardest on ourselves. So with that said, we're going to start class, and keep in mind that I'm just guiding you. And so listen to your body. If something feels right, do it. Maybe do more. Okay? Add something to it if you want to. If it doesn't feel right for your body, don't do it. And of course, the most important part of the practice is staying connected to your breath at all times. And when we start, we're going to start on our belly. So belly down, and we're going to work on some diaphragmatic breath. I'm going to give you a visualization to use so that we really start coming back into that heart center. So now go ahead and go onto your mat. I did mention in the email that you might want a couple of blocks, a strap. We're going to be working on some shoulder binding kind of type stuff if you want to go there. And then I also always use a blanket, okay, and a strap. So I'm going to go ahead and come onto your belly. And allow the tops of the feet to make connection to the earth. And you're going to take yourself down, elbow to elbow, hands on either side, forehead to the arms. And just see if you can find that lower rib making connection to the earth. Now, as you inhale, I'm going to take a big inhale through your nose, fill your lungs up as much as you can. Pausing at the top of the breath. And then as you exhale, completely empty your lungs, pausing at the bottom of the breath. Just start to find that natural ebb and flow. And maintaining that pause in between the inhale and the exhale. If you're newer to the practice, know that you can get a little bit dizzy, so give yourself time. If you start to get a little bit dizzy, go back to breathing the way that you normally do. And then from here, drawing attention to your ribs. And imagine, as the ribs do, they hug your heart. So as you inhale, feel your ribs expand to the periphery of the room, creating space like wings. And then as you exhale, the ribs hug the heart. Just kind of a reminder of your heart's there. Right? So this connection to the heart mind. Inhale, ribs expand, creating space. Exhaling, ribs hug the heart. So continuing that ebb and flow, I'm going to bring this space into every cell of the body. Okay, so we're moving from that heart-centered breath. And then from there, we're going to bring those hands underneath the shoulders in cobra pose. We're going to press through the palms, lift through the heart. Make sure the shoulders aren't rolling up towards your ears. You're going to lift the head through the crown of the head and draw the elbows back. You're going to inhale a little bit higher, maybe exhale, ear to the earth. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. And then from there, maybe start to come a little bit higher, depending on how your body feels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. One more time on each side. And then from there, you're going to take the right arm out to the side, left arm comes behind you. Okay? So I'm using my block here. You don't have to use your block, you can use the earth. But I've got the other arm is out like so. I'm going to roll up on top of the shoulder just a little bit. So you're going to press in, maybe roll onto the shoulder a little or a lot, depending on how your body feels. Maybe the hips start to stack. Maybe that top leg reaches behind you. And then once you get there, maybe you can take your block underneath your head so you have the neck in line with the rest of the shoulders. Maybe that top arm reaches back and behind you. So you get to choose where you want to go. So start to breathe into the hip flexors. When you do all these back bends, the hip flexors are often very tight. So to breathe space into the tension that you're feeling. So the shoulders, the hips, right? So getting into those back bends, the shoulders have to be open, the hips have to be open. And then getting ready to exit the pose, we're going to come back to center. I'm going to go into the other side. Okay, so opposite arm out to the side, press into the block or the earth, slowly roll a little or a lot. Again, maybe stay there, maybe the top leg reaches back. Maybe block underneath your head, neck in line with the rest of the spine. Maybe the top arm reaches back. You get to choose where you want to be. All right, so it's up to you. Inhale the tension, exhale to release that tension. Slowly come back to center. Now at this point, if you haven't turned on your playlist, I sent you guys the playlist if you want to turn it on now. Now's a great time to do that. I'm going to press into the palms and then slowly as you exhale, press back. Child's pose. Inhale, to come up to tabletop position. I'm going to press through the palms, lengthen through the crown of the head, resisting the urge to drop that head down. Now extend your left leg behind you. And I'm flexing my foot because when you flex the foot, it's going to stabilize the hip. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Now you can hold or add some movement. Exhale, knee to nose, pressing into the earth. So you kind of draw that thigh up to your chest. Inhale, extend, maybe reach the leg up a little bit. Gaze up. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, thigh to chest. And then we're going to bring that foot all the way through. Now your knee, you could have a blanket underneath your knee if you need. You might be in this position. You might have that knee back a little bit more, depends on your body. We're going to take your right hand to the earth. Inhale, left arm up, gazing up at your thumb. Now if you're twisting to the outside of that front foot. Take it out to the side a little bit more. Make sure you're really rooting down through the four corners of the feet so you feel that stability. You're going to slowly come back, facing forward. You're going to root down through your foot. Inhale, rise. Now maybe you rise a little or a lot, right? So you can use your block if you'd like. Come up a little bit higher. So start to get into the hip flexor. Again, for deep back bend, so with the shoulders open and the pelvis open as we work towards it. Maybe the arms stay down or at the heart. Maybe extending arms overhead. So the more intensity you want, take the arms up. The less intensity, bring it down. And exhale, I'm going to sweep those hands down. Step that knee back. So find yourself back in tabletop position, maybe a couple of little cat-cows there in between. And then inhale, right leg behind. So I'm flexing through my foot, extending through the crown of the head. Again, maybe hold or add that flowing movement. Exhale, thigh to chest, knee to nose. Inhale, extend, maybe add a little bit more of a back bend there if you'd like. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. And stepping that foot forward, however you gotta get there. And again, setting up for your twist. You take that foot out to the side a little bit, really root down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you twist, gazing over your shoulder. Inhaling, making your way out of your twist. So again, we want to maybe start to rise a little or a lot, depending on where your body is. Try to keep it low, heart, overhead, depends on you. Inhale, ribs expanding. Exhale, ribs hugging the heart. Again, this practice is trying to take us to that heart mind, and the fastest way there is through the breath. And exhale, sweep it down. Okay. Then bring that knee back. So building your plank here as we start to work towards Surya Namaskar A. Okay. So maybe your knees are down, maybe curl the toes under, coming up off the knees. Now, if you have a lot of shoulder strength, feel free to bend the elbows, lower down to Chaturanga. Or if you're still working on building that, bring the knees down, exhale all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. So you're gonna figure out what your transition is gonna be. And on your exhale, either downward facing dog or press back first. Exhale, child's pose, then downward facing dog. As you're building your flow. Maybe inhale up on the toes, exhale, press those heels to the earth. And then from there, we're gonna gaze between your hands, either walk or hop it forward, however you gotta get there, whatever works for you. Maybe the knees are bent a little or a lot in this forward fold. It doesn't matter how close the forehead is to your shin. You want that tailbone riding up the wall behind you, hands where you like. Maybe engaging your thigh muscles as your hamstrings begin to release a little bit. Again, inhale, ribs expanding, exhale, ribs hug the heart. If you're rounding into your shoulders, the ribs aren't going to be able to expand, right? So we're achieving that connection to the heart. So keep that length long. Now to rise, maybe the hands to the hips. Okay? Press through the feet, inhale, rise all the way up. Reaching the arms up, extending, maybe a little back bend at the top. And then as we fold forward, exhale, hands cross the heart, fold, belly, ribs, chest. Inhale, lift the heart halfway, get long. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down, step it back to your plank, knees down are an option. Exhale, lower, chaturanga or all the way. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, your transition to downward facing dog. You can go through child's pose first. One more just like that. Gaze between the hands. Exhale, step or float it. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, fold. Root through the feet. Inhale, rise all the way to the top. Maybe find that back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float it. One more flow, or you can always just step back into downward facing dog. You don't have to do these flows, especially if you've got a shoulder with some disharmony going on. You might just want to wait in downward facing dog rather than doing those movements. Okay, so from here, you're welcome to stay in downward facing dog as we move into this next phase, or bring the knees back down, your choice. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, thigh to chest, reaching forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, thigh to chest. I'm going to bring that foot all the way through. You find that crescent pose, root down through the feet. Inhale, rise. So again, arms can be up at the heart or at your hips as you find that space. So this back bend starting at the shin, drawing all the way up through the front side of the body. Really rooting down through the feet. Inhale, your arms are up. Go ahead and take them up. And then exhale, we're going to fold forward. Now this is where you might grab your block if you'd like. We're going to shift our weight into that front foot, back leg comes up. So I'm working through my standing splits, right? So maybe your knees bent a lot, maybe that back leg's down more. Okay? Maybe you're engaging that supporting leg, and we're pressing equally through both feet. Those of you working on balance, maybe one hand comes to your ankle, maybe the other hand comes to the ankle, whatever you're feeling. Couple more breaths to play with that. Again, you can always come in and out of the poses. You don't have to hold them. Now get ready. We're going to trust that back foot to land all the way back, just like so. Inhale, peel the torso up for a thunderbolt. Arms can be back. They can be forward, or if you like that funky thunderbolt, one arm forward, one arm back. But we're lifting through the heart. So again, inhale, ribs expanding. Exhale, ribs hug the heart. So keep going back to that breath over and over again. On an inhale, we're going to spiral that back foot down. We're going to pass through warrior two. Knee above the ankle or slightly behind. Turn the front palm up. Inhale, reverse. So you're allowing the hips to sink as both sides of the torso reach up and back. Again, you've got that heart line there. Inhale, ribs expanding. Exhale, ribs hug the heart. You can look up, forward, back, whatever feels best. And now in your exhalation, side angle. So arm can be on the thigh, top hand at your hip, looking over, or you can build it, right? So even here, I'm opening across my chest. You're gonna make sure that you're not dipping into that bottom shoulder. Really lift up out of it and broaden from the sternum across the shoulders. Maybe that bottom arm comes down to a block or the earth. Maybe the top arm reaches up. And then maybe you're working on your bind where you rotate the palm away, lead with your thumb. Maybe grabbing your inner thigh or just touching your lower back. And then those of you that feel like you're open for your bind, you can go ahead and take that elbow underneath, reach back. Resist the urge to drop the shoulder forward, right? So it doesn't matter if you touch. If you are bone on bone, grab your strap, right? So sometimes it's skeletal, not muscular, right? So you want to honor where your body is. If you're in your bind, we go ahead and release. Root down through the feet. Inhale, rise, 5-pointed star. And then just a little gentle Skandasana as you exhale. I'm gonna come to the side, maybe turn that other foot forwards. Inhale, rise, exhale. Skandasana, again, I got my foot forward. Inhale, rise, exhale, Skandasana. Now you can go as low or stay as high as you need, just flowing with the breath. Next time, facing the opposite side of the room, warrior two, just like so. Then adding a flowing movement in here as you inhale, straighten the front knee, reach the arm up. Exhale, cross the heart, extend. Two more just like that. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, extend. Now in creating the twist, we're going to windmill the hands down. Pivot on the back toe. Maybe reaching that top arm up or bringing it to your hip. Maybe the back knee comes down. It's your choice. Now, if you've got your back knee up and you want to play with this a little bit, you can hold or take that back knee to elbow. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend the leg back. Now you can keep it hovering or bring it back down, your choice. Right, so you can hold or add a little bit more with your breath, your choice. If you've got that back leg up, place it down. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step it back. Again, knees can come down. You can skip the flow all together if you'd like, down into downward facing dog, or go through that flow. Taking it to the other side. Inhale, extend. Now you're welcome again to come down onto your knee for this. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale all the way through. We're going to root the feet down. Inhale, crescent. Right, so arms are up at the heart, at the hip. Whatever works for you. You engage that back quad muscle. You're going to lift up out of the pelvic floor a little bit and through the crown of the head so you're not kind of dipping to one side. And transitioning to the standing splits, maybe the arms reach up. Inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Right? So again, you can grab that block, back leg up. Now I've got my knee bent a lot here, and that back leg is down more. So that is an option, or maybe you straighten a little bit more. And we're rooting equally through both feet. So think about an opposing action. Maybe the right hand comes around, left hand, find your balance if you'd like. But you find your variation. And getting ready to transition with bend into that supporting leg. Back leg comes all the way back. Inhale, peel the torso up. So it's kind of hovering, right? So arms back, forward, funky, whatever works. Back knee can always come down. Couple more breaths. And back foot spirals down. Inhale. I'm going to pass through warrior two. Front knee above the ankle or slightly behind. Front palm up. Inhale, reverse, opening up that side body. Okay, both sides of the torso reaching up and back. Again, inhale, ribs expanding. Exhale, ribs hug the heart. Again, that connection to the heart mind. The more you get into this, the more you get into Metta Meditation, it'll be a little bit more powerful. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forearm to the thigh, top hand at the hip, maybe looking over your shoulder. Right, so you build where you want to go here. And maybe you have that block, right? Because maybe you're somewhere in between. So we have all that support for us. Again, if you're working on your bind, front palm, turn it away, lead with your thumb. Maybe that bottom elbow comes through. Again, resisting the urge to drop that top shoulder. Couple more breaths. Now, if you're in your bind, release. Root through the feet. Inhale, rise, five pointed. So flowing into that Skandasana. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower high. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Inhale, warrior two, facing the opposite direction. Back toe maybe turn slightly in. Again, front knee above the ankle or slightly behind. So reconnecting with that breath, with the movement. When it inhale, straighten the front knee, reach the arm up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, extend. Exhale. All right, so from there, finding our twist, windmill it around. You bring that hand to the inside, back knee might come down if you'd like, so you find your twist. And if you are twisting and you're kind of rolling on the outside of that front foot, bring it out to the side a little bit more. And again, you can stay there if you want to add knee to elbow, right? And maybe the foot comes back on the ground, or maybe you keep it hovering. Right, you get to choose where you want to go. Couple more breaths to play with that. And exhale, hand to the earth, step it back. So go through a flow or rest in downward facing dog or child's pose. And then from here, we're going to inhale, shift forward to plank. So we're going to practice side plank for our core. And work that core from the inside out. So again, maybe the knees come down. Then you begin to shift your weight into the left hand. I'm going to slowly open up. Okay? So I'm taking my bottom leg back a little bit. Inhale, reach. Okay? I've got this bottom shoulder. Okay? My wrist is slightly forward of it. You don't want it right directly underneath it. You want it slightly forward. Maybe you stay there. Maybe the top leg lifts. Right? You can add a back bend there if you'd like, or bottom foot under into side plank. Maybe the top leg lifts. You can do peace fingers to the toes. Whatever you feel, just a couple more breaths. Working that inner core can always come out and in. Keep with the breath. Now, exhale, hand comes down. Feel free to go through a little flow again, or press back into child's pose. And then we'll begin to move into the other side. All right, so maybe you're on your knee, maybe you start here and you open up immediately, it's your choice. Bottom knee down, open up. Again, top leg can be down or up, flex that foot. Maybe you add your dancer there, right? Or your side plank, full side plank, any variation you want. Couple more breaths. And exhale, hands come down. So again, go through your flow or press it back. Child's pose or downward facing. And wherever you are, 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. One more, so empty all that air out. So you're going through that sequence one more time. Gaze between the hands, you just step or float it forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, fold. Plant the feet down, inhale, rise all the way up, a little back bend to the top if you like. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift half. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float it, your transition, right? So flow or step back, downward facing. They give you a little bit of an option for those of you that do work on handstands, if you want to add a little bit of, dancers about overcoming the fear of change, right? With that, so one of the things that it does. And so you can add a little bit of air if you'd like, right? So you can either lift the leg and practice here, extend with the knee down, or if you want to add some air, knee to chest, inhale, press it back, get a little bit of air. Your choice. This time, just step it all the way through, build your crescent. Root down to rise, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, standing splits, any variation. Step that foot back, thunderbolt, peel the torso up, any variation. Inhale, reverse warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. We're not going to hold that bind this time. Inhale, 5-pointed star. We're going to skip the Skandasana. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, breathe it out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. This time, windmill it around. Left hand down, right arm up. We're going to bring that back knee down. Just gaze back at your thumb. Okay, so you're welcome to hold here. Even have your block, right? Or if you want to add a little flow, inhale, reach the arm forward, come up on the heel. Exhale, sink the hips as you gaze back to your thumb. Exhale, forward. Shift it back. One more. I'm going to be here for a moment, and you're welcome to stay here. Again, you might be more like this, right? A little bit higher. You can take a blanket underneath your knee if you need. Just fine. What we're working on is getting into the quad, hip flexor, psoas muscle there. Okay, to help with that dancer pose when we get into it in just a minute. You can have your block, your books, or whatever you have, forearm to the block, maybe come all the way down. If you have the flexibility and your body wants to do it, bend your back knee, maybe reach back for your foot, see if it's there. Might be another lifetime, but you can check. Couple more breaths. So we're inhaling to where you feel tension. Exhale, let that tension go. Okay, it's all in the breath. Inhale, ribs are expanding. Exhale, ribs hug the heart. You're gonna slowly, if you've got your back foot, release it. Slowly come up out of it. Okay. Hand to the earth. You can go through your flow again, or step back, child's pose or downward facing. In preparation for that other side. Now to prepare for the other side, again, you're welcome to come onto your knee, practice here like we did in the very beginning. Or practice here, keep that foot on the ground or add your hop. Exhale, thigh to chest. Inhale, reach it back. Right, so you choose where you want to go. It's a couple of those. And all the way through, root to rise. Inhale, find your crescent. Exhale, standing splits. Step the foot back. Inhale, thunderbolt, wherever it is. Next inhale, reverse warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, thigh pointed. Exhale, warrior two. So flowing with your breath. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sink it down. Two more. Follow the pace of your own breath. And then from there, we're going to windmill it around into your twist. So again, we're going to bring that back knee down. You can say up or grab your block, right? Whatever it is that you need. Again, we're focusing on this area. Knee to that psoas, atop that psoas. Maybe the arm comes down, right? And maybe you add that back leg. Heel the seat, reach to see if that foot's back there. You know, watch that front knee. So notice that it's kind of shifting forward a lot. You want to bring that knee above the ankle or slightly behind it. So less is more when it comes to yoga. Okay, it's that practice of patience. All right, and bring that hand down, step it back. So again, once again, you can flow or step it back and pause. Take a moment. Now from here, you'll walk your hands back, maybe bend into your knees, and you keep the spine long again. You bring the hands to the hips, engage the belly, press through the feet to rise all the way up. So the pinnacle pose is dancer. And with your dancer pose, again, let me give you different options. You're always welcome to use the wall. As you come into the wall, practice this way, right, if your balance is off. And I'm going to give you different stages. So you're going to shift your weight into your left leg. I'm going to draw that right knee up. Okay, so maybe we're there. Maybe I draw my hand down my shin to the inside or the outside of the foot. Maybe that opposite arm extends. Now I'm drawing my heel into my seat, my knees towards one another, right? And you might find that as you're extending, you create a little bit more space in the spine, and then you can kick the ankle or the foot into the hand to create your back bend. So as I create that back bend, my whole body is working, right? From my shoulders to my knees. Maybe you have to bend. Maybe it feels better to bend into that supporting leg, right? So you figure out where you want it to be. Again, we're kind of stamping out ignorance with this pose, right? And sometimes we might fall out of it and we can come back into it. Maybe you fold forward a little bit more. A couple more breaths. And exhale, release. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, cleansing breath. All right, so I'm gonna move into the other side. Shifting your weight, you're gonna root down through the four corners of the feet. Knee comes up, hand down the shin, the inside or the outside. Maybe that's enough, right? So watch how your shoulders are feeling, the hips. Inhale, arm up, maybe kicking the ankle or the foot into the hand. Again, it doesn't matter how deep you go into that back bend. You're working on opening the front side of the body. It's not a natural thing. We're not like, past the Easter candy, right? Everything we do, most is out here to the side, right? So allow yourself to work towards it. Maybe fold forwards, breathing. And exhale, release. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Just slowly make your way down onto your mat, however you need to get there. So reach those feet out in front of you. We're going to take those fingertips back. We're going to press through the palms, lift through the heart. Now, you're welcome to stay here, okay? Or we start to work on a reverse plank, okay? Or a reverse tabletop. So you're pressing through the palms of the hand, through the feet, right? Or maybe it's somewhere in between. Maybe you're not all the way up. Maybe you're just kind of practicing that. But you want to lift through the sternum so that your shoulders aren't rolling toward your ears. So sometimes just sitting and pressing into the earth can help build that strength. Couple more breaths. Now slowly release out of that, okay? And we'll prepare for Janusirsasana. Okay? So again, when I come to a forward fold, I like to have a blanket, especially for those of you that have back disharmony. And if you have a lot of back disharmony, you might actually come onto your back for this one and take your strap around your foot, okay? But so if it can be down, you can have it extended, okay? So maybe that might be better, right? So it depends on how your back feels. So again, I like to have my blanket sit on the very edge of that blanket. And extending my leg, I'm drawing my right and my left foot in, okay? So from here, I'm gonna take my knee out to the side. Now, if your knee is really high, you can place a block underneath your knee, okay, for a little bit more support. Now, you can use your strap if you'd like. You can have your strap there and lengthen through the crown, exhale, fold, or take the fingertips behind, lengthen through the spine, exhale as you hinge, right? So my pelvis is rotating around my femur bone. So you figure out where you need to meet. Maybe you walk your hand up your leg. If you have the flexibility, you can always take your block and reach your hand around the block. Don't worry about your forehead coming to the shin. Think about pelvis rotating around the femur bone, tailbone reaching back, and the heart is moving forward. So again, how do we check in with that? Can you inhale, ribs expand, exhale, ribs hug the heart, right? If I'm rounding, it's not going to be as efficient, right? So inhale, ribs expand, exhale, ribs hug the heart. Even take your gaze past your toes, kind of look through a molding, like look for the molding or wherever you are, look forward, kind of create that link, tail to crown. Now to come up, as you engage your belly, inhale, slowly rise. We're going to bring that knee up. You can have the foot to the inside of the leg or the outside. And I've got both feet super active, right? So we don't want them to just kind of just hang out. Root down, okay? Right hand behind. I'm going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale as you twist. And you can grab onto your knee. You can take your elbow to the outside. You know, if you have any lower back disharmony, you might keep belly button forward, right? Rather than coming into that full twist. So figure out where you need to be. And resist the urge to push and pull into it. Use it organically from the inside out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you twist into that space that you've created. Maybe look over your back shoulder. And bring your gaze forward. Just take your hands to the other side. Just kind of do a little bow as you rotate on top of that leg, that bottom leg. Inhale, rise. I'm going to bring the foot to the inside of the leg again, and maybe try, if you want to try, see which leg is it? Wild thing from here. Another little back bend. And you take your right hand behind and root down through your left foot. So it's kind of an opposing action. Inhale, reach it up and back. Right, so you start to shine the heart towards the sky. And ending with that back bend. Exhale, sink it down. Right? So other side, new experience. Leg extending. You're bringing the leg to the inside or the outside, your choice. And I'm rooting down through both feet again. So I want to have that activity through the legs. Rewind. Sole the foot to the inside, knee out to the side. So we're at our forward fold. Now you can take your block underneath your knee if you'd like. So on this side, you can see my legs really high. That's from my hip disharmony that I've had. So I need a little bit of a block there just at first to let my muscle and my connective tissue release. So again, your choice, maybe you're strapped, maybe you're on your back for this. Inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, fold. Your choice. You find your variation. That front leg, you might still have a bend in it. It's okay, it doesn't have to be straight. You want to feel it in the meat of the muscle. Okay? Hamstring, calf, right? Not behind the knee. If you're feeling it a lot behind the knee, bend your knee a little bit, breathe some space, and then it'll kind of float away. And you move deeper as it moves out of your joint. Couple more breaths. Again, keep the ribs extended. Inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, ribs hug the heart. Inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, ribs hug the heart. Now to rise up, I'm going to take my hands underneath my shoulders. Inhale, slowly rise. Now we come into the twist I was so excited to do earlier. So rooting down through the feet. Again, foot can see the inside or the outside, depending on the flexibility of your body, what feels best. Right, hand behind. I'm going to inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale as you twist. Right? So again, you can hook, right? You can hold. You can take the elbow to the outside. Just resist the urge to push and pull into it. Any variation, even if it's something I didn't call, go for it. Short practice today. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale as you twist. And bring the gaze forward, rest of the spine follows. I'm going to bring that foot to the inside. So again, you can practice this wild thing if you'd like. If you don't want to do that, maybe come into your reverse tabletop again. Okay. Right hand behind, inhale. I'm going to left arm behind, right arm up. So root down through that supporting leg. We're kind of shining the heart towards the sky. Exhale. Release. Okay. Now from there, you're going to go ahead and make your way onto your back. So if you have any kind of back disharmony, turn to one side, then roll onto your back. Otherwise, you feel free to slowly take it down. I'm gonna draw your knees into your chest. And then maybe extend the feet up. So you're gonna flex the feet, point. I'm gonna draw your knees into your chest. We take the knees out to the side a little bit. And maybe take your hands up, kind of grab onto your ankles or the outside of the feet. So I'm kind of creating a 90-degree angle, but you might be holding on right here at the hamstring, right? You want your shoulders relaxed, facial muscles relaxed. Then getting into the hip. And maybe kind of shift side to side, depending on how playful you're feeling. Maybe extend one leg out to the side. Bring it in, other leg. What we're trying to do now is just kind of get our wiggles out as we move towards Shavasana. And in our Shavasana, we're going to have that guided Metta meditation today. And draw the knees in, maybe side to side twist. Knees might come all the way down, maybe not. Now to set up for Metta meditation, I'm gonna give you a couple of different options. For those of you that want to do a little heart opener as you're practicing, if you have two blocks, you take one block underneath your head, the other block right behind the shoulder blade right there. So you are laying back just like so that you're practicing with the heart open, okay? And once you get in there, you want the tailbone kind of tilted towards your heels. Maybe the legs are extended straight. So you're welcome to practice with this heart opener. Okay? Otherwise, maybe coming all the way onto your back, or you can do this seated. Okay, it's gonna be up to you. However you're gonna be comfortable, that's where you wanna be. Okay. Another thing, if you're on your back, you can place one block underneath each knee or get your bolster like we did last week. Okay. But wherever you are, you wanna find that comfortable space that works for you. So set it up. Again, anything also before you're setting up, anything that you need to do that you didn't get in that sequence, take it now. So as you're settling in, we're going to be practicing Metta meditation, and Metta translates to something along the lines of loving kindness, right? And of course, however we're feeling towards ourselves typically comes out towards others. So this is a practice, and I keep hearing this thing that we're like all in this together, but the fact is that yes, we are, but we're all in various levels of struggle. Some of us not so much, some of us a lot in ways that probably nobody on this video can even imagine, right? And so the idea is to create that heart center, that heart-mind connection where we're so connected to our heart mind that we are easily able to look at someone else, even our biggest, greatest enemy, and find something of gratitude, something of our shared humanity. And I know it's really hard sometimes to do that. It's hard a lot of times to do that. But this is a practice for doing that and bringing us all together. So again, find that space where you're comfortable and begin to connect with your breath. Again, maybe that visualization of the ribs helps. Inhale, ribs expanding. Exhale as the ribs hug the heart. Okay, so that's ebb and flow. Inhale, ribs expanding. Exhale, ribs hug the heart. Now, if you'd like, you're gonna bring your hands, both or one, to the heart center. And you want to bring to mind something or someone that you feel love and kindness towards, that it's very easy to get that feeling. We talked last week in Yoga Nidra about how the feeling creates a physiological response in the body. Okay, so it becomes a new belief. So find in your mind's eye, what is that? What is that thing that just automatically you think about it and it brings a sense of love and kindness? Now say to yourself, love. May my heart be filled with love. Now experience this feeling of warmth and love through every cell of your body. Feel the sense of caring, healing, soothing. Let it wash over you and through you while you gently repeat to yourself, may I be well, healthy, and strong. May I be happy. May I abide in peace. May I feel safe and secure. May I feel loved and cared for. Next, bring to mind someone who is important to you, someone you like and respect. Engulf them with this warmth and caring. See them happy and smiling. Say to them, may you be well, healthy, and strong. May you be happy. May you abide in peace. May you feel safe and secure. May you feel loved and cared for. And now maybe could bring to mind someone you barely know. Maybe it's somebody that you go through the grocery checkout and they're checking out your groceries, just someone that you barely know. Engulf them with this warmth and caring. See them happy and smiling. Say to them, may you be well, healthy, and strong. May you be happy. May you abide in peace. May you feel safe and secure. May you feel loved and cared for. Now this is where it gets a little bit more difficult. If it feels right to you, think about somebody that you're kind of irritated with right now, like in this moment, and engulf them with this warmth and caring. See them happy and smiling. Say to them, may you be well, healthy, and strong. May you be happy. May you abide in peace. May you feel safe and secure. May you feel loved and cared for. And this next one gets even more difficult. So if you have it to give, give it. If you don't, keep it for yourself. So think of somebody that you would never want to see again, or maybe somebody that has passed that you've been working on forgiveness and you just can't seem to do it. Engulf them with this warmth and caring. See them happy and smiling. Say to them, may you be well, healthy, and strong. May you be happy. May you abide in peace. May you feel safe and secure. May you feel loved and cared for. Now bring to mind all of the people, all of the sentient beings that are in your country. Engulf all of them with this warmth and caring. See them happy and smiling. Say to them, may you all be well, healthy, and strong. May you all be happy. May you all abide in peace. May you all feel safe and secure. May you all feel loved and cared for. Now imagine the entire planet, all the beings on the entire planet. Engulf them with this warmth and caring. See them happy and smiling. Say to them, may we all be happy, well, healthy, and strong. May we all abide in peace. May we all feel safe and secure. May we all feel loved and cared for. And for just a few minutes, I'll play the bowls, and you can continue sending out that loving kindness to individuals, to groups, to yourself. Begin to deepen your breath. Becoming aware of the earth beneath you, the air above you, and all the sounds around you. You slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and moving your head side to side as you bring movement into your body. Maybe on an inhale, float your arms overhead. Give yourself a final big stretch. And then drawing your knees into your chest, turning to your right side. You're going to slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And then bringing the hands to face inward towards the heart center. Again, another reason why I end all of my classes with this phrase is because the purpose of yoga is to have that connection to that heart mind and stamp out that ignorance like Dancer teaches us to do of what our true nature is. So repeating in your mind, with great respect and love, I honor my heart, my true teacher. I'm bringing the palms together in Anjali Mudra. We'll seal class with 3 Oms and some Shantis if you'd like. You can join or just listen. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.